Welcome back here to Chantilly, France for the Millennium Series World Championships of Matty Marshall alongside Dimitri Ninos from Los Angeles Infamous, also playing over here with Manchester Firm and Nick Sloviak. So the first set coming at you this afternoon, it's going to be GI Houston Heat taking on PP Arena Pilsen. Now, this is an interesting game. Pilsen already won a game today so far, and Houston Heat must-win situation already here in day one as they lost their first match to the ML Kings. ML Kings are also playing in a set against Solid, so Nick, definitely getting interesting already.
Interesting. I mean, we've talked earlier about upsets from lower teams beating upper teams, and I wouldn't say ML Kings is definitely a lower team. They ended
definitely not.
They ended up losing.
They're ranked 5th overall.
Yeah, they ended up losing a heartbreaker in a comeback to Houston Heat in London. So I definitely would say they were out for blood that game. But you know, anything can happen. We've seen Drummond Solid and PP Arena give really good teams really good games. So I'm interested to see what happens here. You know, who had the speech to the Heat guys? Was it Randy? Was it Sam Monville? Was it Ryan Smith?
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see how they come out. Meter. How you feeling, baby?
I'd really like to see PP Arena come out strong like they did earlier this season in Barcelona. They had a really strong showing against Impact. So right in here.
So here off the break, Houston Heat, they're on your left, and Pilsen's in the camo jerseys on your right. Looking at Pilsen on the breakout here. And a pretty good breakout for both teams. Haven't seen anybody drop from either side yet. Yeah,
Houston Heat's playing a pretty conservative breakout, not going wide on either side.
Yeah, doubling up that back center.
Yeah.
You can see there on your screen, doubling up the back center, and then they have, they're just playing the pocket right now, and then here comes the launch for Ryan Moorhead. No, actually that's Mishka. So Mishka getting up to the stand-up temple in the center, and it looks like the first body to drop is going to be Konstantin Fedorov, who gets shot out of the mini wall
bunker. Right after
bunker.
you said that, Mishka's also got eliminated by the PP Arena guy in the wall.
Well, Meter, this is not how Houston Heat wanted to start this game out.
No, definitely not ideal.
Bodies.
Yeah, but
no.
You know what? It's not over yet. I mean, we see Ryan Moorhead there on your screen. He filled into the snake one.
Yeah, we've seen some low body situations pulled off out here just in day one so far.
Yeah, it's definitely doable to pull these games back, just the way the field's set up. And there is kind of a divide with all the pins and the Dorito on the Dorito side, kind of blocking things out. You can kind of get creative over there.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how do you like that D side of the field? You had a pretty awesome move until it got ruined by a penalty at the end, but
yeah, questionable call, but you know, it is what it is. I like the Dorito side. I really like to go to see how the snake side is. I believe it hasn't been utilized the way it should be. But you know, first day, people are trying to get their bearings.
Yeah, everyone's trying to figure this field out, and yeah, they've had some time to practice on it, but until you have that tournament paint and tournament refs, and the tournament actual setup, things are just a little bit different. Even if it's a fraction of an inch here or there.
Yeah,
a lot
but
of
that
times
fraction changes dramatically.
So right now, it looks like using the advantage that they created for themselves, those gunfight victories, Pilsen stacking up that center 50, stacking up the 50 here on the snake side of the field as well.
But you have Houston Heat in actually really good spots, specifically set up for this situation. They have I can't see who's in the Dorito corner, but they have Greg Stewart's in the Dorito corner, and Sergei Shlishnikov in the snake corner. What's really good about being in the Dorito corner in a low body situation is the snake guy can't come much further. Right as he moves to the 50, he's kind of stuck, especially with Sergei in the snake side corner.
And it's good that Heat was able, you know, with Sewers and Sergey to actually work their way into those positions.
Yeah.
They actually had to do some work to get into those spots where they can cross it up. And now Pilsen past the 50-yard line on the D side. Looks like Sergey catches one, and this point should be a pretty easy one at this particular stage in order for Pilsen to put that point on the board. So, you know, Pilsen looked pretty good in the first point.
Yeah, playing flawlessly right there as they only lost a body in a trade out with Greg Stewart's at the end, and Heat conceded the point. So, I mean, shooting bodies on the break, shooting a body on the break.
And closing together.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line on this field layout.
Excuse me, not shooting on the break, shooting Mishka and Fedorov at the same time, making moves, and then picking out Moorhead on the snake one. So, nice job by Arena. We'll see if Drummond Solid can have the same success here against ML Kings Prague.
Yeah, and Solid, they actually lost to Pilsen, and that was a really close game. So, you know, Ranta up the middle particularly was playing really well for Solid. See here on the breakout, looks like
Ryan Green, is that Ryan Greenspan walking off? Yeah, sure it is.
And it looks like Slava.
Greenspan's in the Dorito.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
Slava coming off. Greenspan is in D1 right now, so 4 players alive for ML Kings and 5 for Solid. So a better breakout for Solid. They're also in D2 as well, so a little bit more forward progression for the boys from Norway.
You can see the 4 bodies left alive there. You had the 4 bodies left alive on your screen. And now you're looking at Solid.
Yeah, no one in the snake. There's no one over here on the snake side. See Ranta making his move to center, but all the bodies, there's 2 on the D side. They have D2, back corner bunker, and then making some moves up in that center.
Solid, the back center player making a good move up to the center tower. I wish I saw him commit to the wall and look towards the snake side to isolate that side.
Well, there's Mars, and he wants to definitely get up to his position, which is that center. You can see by his body language. Oh, now he's
trying to get in the snake.
Yeah,
yeah,
a little bit. Yeah, he's trying to get in the snake.
It is interesting, though, looking at this, right, is Mars now the attacker on the snake side. When the first match against Heat, we saw Dalton Vanderbilt playing the number 1. So it makes me wonder if ML Kings set those lines up that way just to play Heat.
Well, he's about to get a free kill.
This is about to be very interesting.
Yeah, so
he gets it.
Nice work. Mars crawls all the way up, and Ranta didn't even look towards the snake.
Wow.
So he stitches him and then stitches the player right in front of him, and all of a sudden, the tables have turned. ML Kings now have the advantage. Solid squandering the high body situation that they were in.
And Greenspan going to run down and bunker out the Dorito 3 player for Solid, so only 1 Solid player left alive. And he gets taken out. So nice job by ML Kings.
Yeah, really pulling it out.
You know, and switching stuff up. Was that... I don't recognize who was behind Mars.
Yeah, I
think it, well,
Igor?
Svatos had been playing that side during practice, so it might have been Igor Svatos.
I think it is. I'm trying to see his last name on his jersey. But I didn't see Spica or Dalton out there. It looked to be just Greenspan. Oh, there's Spica right there. So Spica was out there. So
yeah, they're
Spica
playing
played the D side with...
yeah, they're playing Spica as the secondary role over there, either in the back center. I've seen him everywhere. In the back center.
Well, Ryan's also wearing Spica's jersey, too.
He is?
There's 2 Spicas out there right now.
Damn, man. Double Spica.
Well, the real Spica was behind Ryan Greenspan.
Will the real Spica please stand up?
No, it's definitely a very interesting call. I'm not setting Dalton out there. I wonder what malfunction they had going on with that.
Dalton played pretty well in the first match.
He played fantastic in the first match. As Houston Heat takes both corners on the break. Mishka getting taken out.
And there comes Fedorov. He whips around to try to fill that spot and makes it in there clean.
Pulls a Malloy.
Ryan Malloyed all the way out to the back corner bunker. Looks like Ryan Moorhead is alive up in the center 50. So good crossfield spread right now for Houston Heat, though they did lose a body again. So Houston Heat losing some bodies off that break.
Yeah, Greg Sewer's getting shot.
PP Arena losing the, I don't know where he...
Back center player.
The back center player.
Yeah. So 4 on 3, 1 body advantage in favor of Pilsen. Houston Heat losing Mishka on the break.
If this Pilsen player can move into the snake 2 and catch Ryan Moorhead off guard, that will totally
yeah, if he gets
flip
that 50.
Side. Yeah.
And Ryan Moorhead gets a kill.
Well, he makes that move across. He's in the 50-yard line.
Ryan Moorhead's eliminated. Ooh.
So bodies are dropping everywhere right now. Moorhead gets shot out of the center as Pilsen was pushing up on the snake, but he gets taken out by Chad George. The Pilsen player did. So Chad George is the only player left alive in the snake. As you can see there on your screen, Pilsen
Konstantin
does have
Fedorov still in the Dorito corner.
Yeah, and you can see Pilsen still has a body here in the back corner bunker trying to pick up Chad George.
It appears to be a 2-on-2.
Yeah.
So for Pilsen, back corner bunker, here snake side, and then also making a move into D2.
Oh,
there
no
on
man's
the far
land.
side of your screen over here. He's kind of out in the open a little bit, blocking, using the pins, block cross field.
Yeah.
And then scurries back to D1.
Yeah, I like that. 'Cause in doing that, Chad George is yelling Dorito 2 to Fedorov.
Yeah, it's way over here in the back corner bunker still. And it is a 2-on-2.
And the way the field is spread so far out with, you know, corner to corner diagonally, communicate. Oh,
this is the move right here. It's perfect.
He's gonna run the highway. Oh, and he catches Chad.
1-on-1 now.
So nice move down the highway, takes out Chad George, Konstantin Fedorov, last player left alive, Pilsen. They also have a body alive. It's 1-on-1, 10 minutes to go.
Fedorov has no idea that this Pilsen player's made his way to the left side. The Snakes
Very rare opportunity for this Pilsen player.
As long as the refs don't bird dog the hell out of him.
Yeah, if he doesn't get this shot on Fedorov, and then Fedorov picks him up. So Fedorov knows where he is now. But Fedorov was definitely concerned about the count. You could see him scanning the field. Oh, and he immediately wins that gunfight right away. Yeah, a little too much Konstantin Fedorov there for the last player left alive for Pilsen, and that was going to tie it up.
You can't let players like Fedorov, you can't get them time to create opportunities for themselves. It felt like he was pretty confident in it being a one-on-one, charging the wall like that.
Well, I mean, great move. You know, unfortunately, when he made the move out of the wall to that tall cake, he wasn't really shooting his gun at Fedorov, and Fedorov saw him make that move.
Yep.
And then came across to the can, and then, yeah, I'm going to put my money on Fedorov. I think, I don't know that there's anyone I would bet against Fedorov in a one-on-one.
I'll wager.
I mean, you could do it, but I'm going to give Fedorov the edge. I think probably over anybody in the league. And I'm biased because I play with him, and I've seen what he can do in one-on-ones, and we run those all the time with Trozen on Heat. But, yeah, I'd take Fedorov just about every time.
It would depend on how many points are we talking about. You know, is it a one-hitter quitter one-on-one?
Yeah, I knew you were going to break this down.
Like, we're talking about
best of 5.
Best of 5.
Best of 5 is the way to do it.
Yeah, for sure. So right now it is just getting things going here still. It's just 1-0. ML Kings, though, lost 2 bodies. Dominant Solid has lost a body. So ML Kings at a disadvantage again.
Solid, though, making some secondary moves up to the tower. Look for him to go to the wall. I'm not sure if that's Spica or Greenspan walking out with Slava.
It's Greenspan. The real Spica is in the snake can.
There he is. Yeah, I see him.
That's what Spica has a beanie on.
Yeah, I just couldn't tell with Ryan's hand up above his head.
Spica made a good move filling out, having to establish that balance of the field, making sure these the solid players can't just go down the side.
Solid makes his way here. Snake 1. They also have the center 50. Now Snake 2.
And all this solid player really has to do, if he can get to the 50, he's going to shoot the Snake player for ML Kings right in the legs of the pack.
Yeah. Another good move is just to look inside and wrap your bunker in the snake, possibly get a tip of a barrel or a loader.
Here's the battle shaping up on the Snake side.
Man.
Kings on the right.
Yeah, just threw his body away, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't take my gun off the guys in the tape. Or like you said, Meter, you know, you can stand up and play that Dorito, you know, because the only thing he's got to defend himself, well, he's got to play right behind him, but just watch out for that highway run. But you got a great shot there.
Yeah, what frustrates me in this situation is, what is good is that they're communicating, they're trying to control the game, trying to figure out what moves need to be made, find the bodies, but you still have to be proactive. You know, you have your back guy who's quarterbacking the whole thing, but if you're in the 50 snake, you have to know your shots, you know.
Absolutely. So right there on your screen are 4 of the 6 remaining players. There's a player in the back center in the snake corner, also a player in the snake 1 for ML Kings. You can see the third body of Solid in the 50 snake.
I like the move of the Solid player that was in the snake 1 retreating to the entry bunker and getting more of an angle.
Yeah, as long as his 50 snake guy doesn't lose the heads up fight.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and there is the heads up fight on your screen right now.
Now it becomes a 2-on-3 in the Kings' favor. They lost their Dorito player. Solid lost their Dorito player. Picking the wrong gunfight.
So they're going back and forth here in that center. See the 2 players there on your screen for Solid.
And it doesn't seem like the Kings player realized they got that G out of the Dorito side.
Now he's walking right behind him.
Well, they're still playing trapped, you know?
Yeah.
They're playing trapped, so, and it's just a factor of how you have a guy at the center and you have a guy at center 50, and there he tries to get out wide.
I think he got shot.
He got clipped, so again, playing trapped.
And look at that, I mean, he put his head down and just moved out.
Well, and Spica just did the same thing.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, when you feel desperate and you're trapped, but even if you know the count, you're like, oh, I need to get out, I need to get out, I need to get out. Yeah, you need to get out, but you need to get out alive, most importantly. So you may have to bide your time, especially when you're just getting it going. I mean, this game just started, man. You have 9 minutes to work with, 9.5 minutes to work with. So no hurry if it's 3-on-2 to force your way out wide, because forcing your way in that situation is the same as forcing your way any other time, you know?
No, absolutely.
It's a low percentage play if you're trying to run out into a guy's lane.
Yeah, I mean, you know, more often than not, I would have expected Kings to pull that out just because of their positions and how they were able, you know, could have locked that up better if they had the communication and the kill count, all that correct. What I did like with Solid, though, is they were actively doing that. Just so, you know, 2 guys made poor decisions, but they still ended up pulling it out.
Yeah.
Just
so
that accurate communication.
It's over, baby.
to tie it up.
Yeah.
So 2 tight games right now.
We can see into the Kings pit. They know what they did wrong. Try to, yep.
On the breakout, Houston Heat. Konstantin Fedorov staying in the back center. Sergey's on your right at the stand-up. And it looks like the first body to drop is for PP Arena Pilsen. It's 4-on-5 right now in favor of Houston Heat. Got a body up in the center with Mishka. And Greg Sewers, by his body language on the left-hand side, he wants to get out, and he's going to make his move. Goes right past D1, goes right past D2, right into D3, and then pops right up.
Yeah, Fedorov is going everywhere, man. Ran from the back center to the Dorito corner, and now is up at the W with Mishka. Arena losing his second body, trying to fill out to the Dorito side. So 5-on-3 in favor of Houston Heat.
And Chad George gets to the 50-yard line here, snake side.
Uh-oh, ref running in.
This is a very solid tactical point here as far as game plan and execution was concerned for Houston Heat. Once that first body dropped, it was pretty much curtains for Arena here in this point. As beautiful move by Greg Sewers. Took a big bite, but made it just perfect. He wasn't taking any heat, so kept going. And then once he got up there, Fedorov just pretty much walked right up to the center 50.
That's the thing with the Dorito side, though. If they're not, you know, if they're not playing across, specifically the tall snake tower, shooting across that way, you can run down that side and you can support whoever it is, especially if there's a guy in the W. If you can get into the Dorito 3, like, no one's coming to get the W guy. Unfortunately, in my experience with this field, there has not been a point where they weren't in that tower shooting across at me, slowing me down. And especially on with that strategy, I don't know why you wouldn't do that with Greg Sewers, one of the, arguably the best like Dorito player, most aggressive. You know, you give him an opening, he's gonna take that. You know.
Tied up 1, Solid versus ML Kings. And it looks like Mars going all the way up to that center. There's Spica. On the right-hand side with Slava.
Kings losing another one. I believe it's Ryan Greenspan.
Dalton Vanderbilt getting taken out, so 2 bodies down for Kings off the breakout.
Spica, tactical retreat. Once he saw Dalton died, backed up out of his spot to get to that stand-up. And now you're looking at Solid, still 5 players strong and in the pocket. No one has any penetration here. Mars also does a tactical retreat out of that center 50.
But you could hear the Solid players yelling out his position, and as soon as Mars picked that up, he ran backwards again, and we saw this with Houston Heat.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Nick Laval's made this move, but when ML Kings was playing Heat, Mars did this, and Sergey ran through to bunker him and didn't get him because he wasn't there and got taken out.
I'm a huge fan of that move, given the right opportunity.
Well, here they come.
Yeah, Slava gets taken out.
Yep.
I think this is Chris Ronenberg, captain of the team, runs through, and that's exactly
why you make that move.
Yeah,
yep.
So you saw Mars gets to the 50. Here's the call that he's there from his opponents. He backs up out of there. Ronenberg, no one called that he wasn't there anymore. So Ronenberg runs up, does what he's supposed to do, which is clear that out. There's nothing wrong there for him, but
surprise!
Just a beautiful trap set by Mars.
So just Kyle Spica and Mars left alive, 4-on-2 in favor of Solid.
But given the history from what we've already seen, who knows who's going to come out with this win.
Yeah, you can see player here on your screen having some gun issues. As Spica makes his way out of the corner all the way into the Snake 3. So, I don't know.
Has anyone picked up Spica yet?
No, no one's picked up Spica. And the thing that I don't get is, I mean, Solid doesn't seem to know the kill count. I mean, they know now that you're on 50 Snake.
Well, Solid still has 4 bodies alive. It's
right.
4-on-2. Spica is pushing forward with just him and one other guy left alive. So he's really trying to play the hero right here. This is treacherous ground that he's walking on, though, because there's 4 guys in front of him. But nobody's picked him up. Still, nobody knows where he is.
Right, and you know, he can make this move. Oh, as Mars gets taken out, Spica's going to get shot.
Yeah.
But for a second there, I thought Spica was going to run directly at that Snake Tower, block out the back center and try and shoot the snake in the corner.
Well, he was looking.
That would have been a good move.
He was looking for a move, but I think there was just too many variables to deal with. You know when guys are going out there and they're doing the math in their head.
Oh, absolutely.
Pull the trigger, baby.
Unfortunately, we don't know what he knew on the field, but if I was in that situation and I knew there was a Dorito 2 guy, just like he did, he came out of the 50 snake, I would have backed up a little more to start probing for that guy, because he can't hide.
No.
But I'm fairly certain he didn't know exactly where he was, because he was so fixated on this. But if you take that 50 Dorito guy out, that frees up your other player in the tower, and now he has that side to himself.
Absolutely.
And that's why in general, we always harp on it. Communication and working together is key. But on this field in particular, communication's everything. You can pull back 5-on-2s.
Well, the crazier a field is, and the more that's possible out there, the more important communication is.
Absolutely.
So you're looking at GI Houston Heat in the blue and gray. Eye in the sky. They break out.
And you see how Sergey went up to that tower shooting the Dorito way.
Yeah, well, he did good because 2 bodies from PP Arena walk off the Dorito side.
Yep.
So 5-on-3 as a ref is running in to check out another Arena player. He's clean.
Heat stack, double stack in the center.
Yeah.
Third body for PP Arena dies. So right away, Mishka and Moorhead launched to PP's side of the field. Arena's side of the field.
That was, just excellent shooting off the break. And that's, unfortunately, that's what this field comes down to, is gambling whether or not you're going to go wide on the Dorito side, you're going to pull up short, and then same on the opposing side if you're going to shoot for that guy on the Dorito side and take your gun away from the snake side.
So do you think by Sunday morning we're going to start to see more pocket plays and less guys running out wide? Is it to the point where guys have got the shots dialed in that much? I haven't seen that yet.
I don't think so yet.
Yeah.
We're also dealing with a bunch of paint, not necessarily issues, but just compatibility with the time of day and the humidity and the accuracy.
Definitely seen a lot of people swabbing their guns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so right now in Chantilly, the paint situation is either very brittle or you have some swirly balls.
Mm-hmm.
And that definitely plays a role
What
in
do you
your
take,
game.
Matty? Extra brittle?
I don't know. I
A
used
little
to.
swirl.
I would sometimes I would take extra brittle because I hate shooting a guy and having it bounce.
Yep.
I'll take the extra break here and there. Me having to swab every now and then to not bouncing guys.
You can't. Did he get that?
Looks like he made it out there. I thought for a second that Solid was going to start down a body. Does he make it out there just in time? And look at this, Dalton Vanderbilt in the Snake 3.
This is what I want to see out of the Snake. I feel like this opportunity is there more often than not and be a real threat. And balancing the field. Instead of all this back right, back left, all the defensive spots.
Yeah, you know what's interesting is 2 players from Solid come walking off the field courtesy of Dalton Vanderbilt.
Yeah, dying out of those spots.
When we see people take the snake on the break, I think the majority of the time they're making it. You only see maybe not even a handful of people die.
That's the gamble.
Take the snake on the break.
There's a couple spots they can shoot the snake.
I would agree. We haven't really seen guys that go for the snake off the break, which is kind of still relatively rare. They really haven't been getting shot out of there. A handful of times. We have seen guys just get shot out of there today.
I mean, we watched.
Fedorov died out trying to make it to the break, or to the snake off the break in the Heat's first game. And
Well, yeah. Well, he went around. He went right around the snake 1 of the snake 2. Right. It's not like if he would have stopped in the snake 1, he would have been fine.
I think there was another point where everyone gets shot trying to get the snake. But guys, I agree with you. People have made the snake more than they've got shot when they attempt to make it there off the break.
Yeah.
Because people aren't going there that much off the break. That is.
Yeah. Well, kind of reminded me when it popped in my head when we were watching Polar Bears play. As 2 players from ML Kings walk off the field, and Dalton gets shot now. So that's not good.
Where did that
3
come
bodies.
D1.
Yeah, it just dropped in. Yeah.
Or it could be through that crack.
Yeah, great. Great shot. Much needed. So they're in the Dorito 1, the back center.
You can see the 3 bodies left alive for Solid over there. And then here comes Spica taking Dalton's spot. See ML Kings, and ML Kings are down a point right now. It's under 5 minutes to play, and it would be a real big upset if Drummond could come in here and take down ML Kings, who already beat Heat today.
Man, that would just mess this bracket up.
Yeah, this bracket could potentially get a little crazy here. So now Solid has spread out here, able to get out wide. He's
Looking
swabbing
like,
his gun.
yeah, he's had some issues
And then
with
we
his
still
paint.
back center, and he's gunned up on Spica. So that's who's keeping Spica honest. And then you have D1 over here.
Wow, and they're going to
Looks like
concede
they're
the
gonna
point.
concede the point. So ML King's going to concede the point?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they
It
had
couldn't
to.
be
I
Solid.
Well, it could be.
Solid
but-
had a one-body advantage, and they have the lead. There's no reason that they should concede the point.
Yeah, it was definitely ML Kings that called that, and it's tough being a coach in that position if you want to make that call, especially with the players you had on the field. But you know, they must have seen that there wasn't anything, you know, no communication going on, no game plans to finish the game out.
Well,
so
let's listen in real quick. We're in the pits right now with ML Kings.
10 seconds. Come on, you gotta fucking move.
Yeah, he's saying you got to
Yeah.
move.
Yes, you did. It's 2-on-3.
yeah, you
Yeah.
do have to move. You have to at least try.
So now back into this Heat arena game, and it looks like Heat's losing bodies now. They definitely lost Chad George.
Going to the stay on the break. Who gets shot going to the stay on the break?
He tried to make a mistake off the break.
Yeah,
Shot.
he got shot.
Well, there goes our theory.
Yeah, on the flip side, though.
Well, I'll check that off the playbook.
Yeah, Arena losing a body over there on the Druder side. Greg Stewart and Ryan Moorhead making moves. Moorhead moving through the center. Wall player dying. Greg Stewart's dying. Ryan Moorhead's still alive. He launches. He gets a bounce in the shoulder.
Uh-oh.
That guy barely got picked up on the attack.
Mishka's
Trying to-
still alive in
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Misha's coming through. He's chalking up kills.
Beautiful.
And takes out the last one to clean it out. So it's going to put yet another point on the board here for Houston Heat. 4-1 is going to be the score. In this game, Houston Heat starting to pull away. But now ML Kings highly favored in their match against Solid. ML Kings ranked 5th overall and Solid ranked 13th. So coming into this one on paper, especially because, again, ML Kings beat Heat this morning, you would think that this would have been, I wouldn't say an easy game for ML Kings, because Solid, we know how well the Norwegian guys can play.
Yeah,
And they've been
They're
getting,
ballers,
yeah,
man.
they've been getting a lot better.
Ronenberg there on your screen.
Yeah, there's Chris, leader of the
I don't
team.
feel like that was too
Chris
big.
Ronenberg. 4 minutes and 16 seconds left, and his boys got a 2-point lead over ML Kings right now.
Yeah, you know, it might just be some hubris.
Possibly.
Yeah, you know, on ML King's
See that
side,
a
just
lot in this
assuming they're
Yeah,
just going to
that,
walk over Solid.
that totally, I'm sure that plays a role. Subconsciously, that always plays a role in those types of situations. But what's interesting with this field is you have so many different looks. It's not like your standard 5 spots.
Yeah.
And, you know,
There's a lot of options on this layout.
a lot of options and where you distribute your guns, where you get the kills from. You know, it's a very technical field, and it shows. Yeah, what I like about it is it gives everybody an opportunity. You know,
Well, ML King's still struggling with the offense right now as Spica gets chewed up trying to get into Snake 1, getting shot on his move. Ranta, one of the heroes for Solid in the first game. The referee's going to run in and check him out, but he's up in the center 50. No penetration right now. Ranta runs to his death. From
Yeah,
that center
I don't
50.
know what he was doing,
Well,
unless he
maybe
was hit and
maybe
trying
he was
to.
hit, he was like, all right, well, I've already got one on my foot, so I'm going to go for
Yeah.
one.
yeah, might as well.
I didn't see one on his foot. I'm just using that as a potential example. And now,
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Shot in his foot by Matty Marshall.
so now into D3. Solid with a little bit of aggression on that D side. Slava is trying to stave off that attack, and he's now going to move up to the can.
I like that. I like filtering the bodies out of the back center, especially on this layout. It just gets people more involved in the game, unless there's a cut that you absolutely have to, you know, withhold. But it's so much better to have your guys moving down the field together with you, and you know, creating opportunities for your other teammates.
No, absolutely. And in this case, ML Kings have to do it as they're down by 2. 2 minutes and 55 seconds left to go.
Yeah, and you saw Slava. He went to the can, and now he's in the Dorito 3.
Yeah, he has a mirror, Dorito 3 in front of him. Also a solid player in the Dorito corner. Snake 1 in the Snake corner. ML Kings are on your screen. Snake insert, Mars.
Is this
Dalton
Dalton
making
and
his way into
Snake?
Snake 3. Dorito 1 for Greenspan, and Slava in the Dorito 3.
Yeah, it's
See, there's a lack of communication with ML Kings right now. There's a guy in the Dorito 3. Dalton had, I'm assuming, no clue didn't even take a look inside to shoot that guy when he was at the 3.
And also Solid has been battling it out here, but they're slowing it down, and that's not playing into ML King's factor or into the favor right now.
No,
There's
not
2
at
minutes
all.
and 6 seconds left, and then now here comes Solid getting into a real key spot. Now the ML Kings not only have to deal with them, but they have to get him out of there. And it looks like Slava.
He got one.
He knew the situation, so he launched on an attack. Good attack by Slava. He got one. So there's no one on that side except for the back corner bunker, but nothing happened off that.
Yeah.
But now we're in a real tough situation from a coaching perspective. 1:40 on the clock.
Yeah, that's a good point.
They have the positions.
2-on-2.
Well, Mars is calling out to Ryan their spots,
Yeah.
and Mars doesn't know that Slava traded out with the Dorito 2.
Well, I'm
so-
sure.
Ryan's got to know that, right? I mean, it's
Well, Mars just yelled it across the field.
For some reason, there is a huge communication gap, even with our team. There's some separation going on, and I've seen it we've all seen it with multiple teams out here. Heat throwing some points away just due to lack of communication.
Yeah, and it's a 2-on-2. Solid have a player right there on your screen in the 50 Dorito and in the Dorito corner. The 50 Snake Dorito, excuse me.
Ryan's got to get a sneaky shot on the snake guy. Oh.
Oh,
that was
a
a
shot.
huge kill for Solid.
And Ryan has no idea.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't let that be the guy that shoots you.
And Ryan's dead, so look at this. Drummond Solid. It's going to go up 4-1.
Goldbernston.
I mean-
Frederick Goldbernston just won this game for them, man. I mean, they already were up a couple, but that kill right there was huge.
I mean, great game. I mean,
Yeah, Frederick on your screen right there, pumping his fist in the sky.
rightfully so.
Goldbernston. Yeah.
What I was going to say, if things didn't go in their favor, his opportunity was to wrap the 50 Snake if he knew where Ryan was. If not, just go get the other guy, make it a one-on-one. Your guy's in the Dorito corner in a good position just to hold it down, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No matter what. And, that's best case, or that's, a pretty guaranteed trade. He's laying down, you have the angle on him. You could potentially make that 2-on-1. But regardless, good shot by the Dorito corner player from Solid.
Yeah, that was great. So, on the breakout here, now a 3-point lead. Similar score, 4-1.
PP Arena losing 1.
Yeah, filling out now to the Dorito corner. Does he make it? He does. As you see him move out now to the snake side. Sergei Shlishnikov getting in that snake 1, shooting crossfield immediately. Houston Heat, that 1 body advantage. Fedorov coming out here with Sergei. PP Arena player checking his loader. He's going to ask for a check. He looks to be clean. You can see their spread, 3 bodies across this field, favoring that Dorito side. Player walks off.
So we have to bid goodbye to Dmitry Ninos as he is off to play his next game against the Tauntauns. So a big game there for the Firm.
Concede that point. Not sure why Arena conceded that point. It was a 5-on-3. 6 minutes left. 1 more point, and Heat wins.
Tough call.
I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen, but
Well,
ML
you
King's
reset at
gonna
5
lose.
and you save some time, but now you're 1 point away from the mercy rule. I mean, at that point, down as many points as they are, you might as well just let your 3 guys try to win that point.
Well, yeah. 6 minutes left in the
But
game.
again, that has to be talked about at that time. Once you get in these situations, I mean, that should just be something that's common knowledge for everybody at this point. The way
You'd
this game is
think.
played, you would think. But as a coach, if you're down points and time is starting to tick off, and you're not seeing anything happen with your guys, they're just kicking it in their bunkers, looking to get into gunfights. No one's looking to make moves. You can see by their body language, and you're down a couple bodies. Yeah, that's when you start thinking, well, I'm gonna blow this horn, man, because you guys aren't doing anything over there, and it's not looking good for us, and we need to preserve the time and get back to 5-on-5,
And-
where we have our best chance.
And you know what gets me with that is this: you only have 2 pods, man. You got a loader and 2 pods, so you have to know as a player. If I've gone through 1 pod and most of my loader, and I've got 1 pod left, and I know you better damn well know the game situation. What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, the way this format is here, it almost takes away all excuses. And I mean, look at yourself in the mirror. And I'm a professional paintball player, man. I don't just show up on the weekends and do this. This is my life. I need to eat, breathe, and sleep this stuff, and analyze it, man. Be a student of the game. So.
Well, right now,
You know.
20 seconds to go before ML Kings are most likely going to take a loss. I mean, 3 points in 33 seconds. It's going to have to take like 2 major penalties and a bunch of chaos in order for Saul to lose this game. So this one's pretty much sewn up right now for Solid, which is a huge win for them.
Absolutely.
You never know what's going to happen out here. And ML Kings really has dropped the ball here in this game because if they win this one after beating Heat, they're one of the favorites here. And now, looking kind of weak against Solid.
Yeah, and Spica, Slava getting shot, so only 3 bodies left alive. Greenspan getting shot. His game set and match.
They have, and this is time for reckless aggression. Slava gets shot, Greenspan's pick up, but they're just trying to make something happen. They have to try to push forward. No choice.
And all 5 bodies eliminated, so let's see if Solid's going to score this next point, which they're going to definitely would be good for them to get that point spread. I think they got it.
Yeah, they're big. I think there was like 1 second left. 1 or 2 seconds when he hit it. So, looks like that is it. Congratulations to Drummond Solid, upsetting ML Kings Prague. That's a big win for them.
Huge win.
Well, that's the thing. Some of these younger teams like Pilsen and Solid and GK, I mean, Firm. I watch these guys play and I see the talent there. I see what's possible. I see them have a really good point. They just haven't been able, and this is the story with all young pro teams, they just don't put those points consistently enough together to contend against the top teams on a regular basis. But if you go out here and beat ML Kings and you beat them pretty big, 5-1, that's no joke. That's not like you eked out the victory.
No.
So I mean that just it's good for the future for Solid. This is their first year in the pros, slowly but surely getting better. I mean, Solid took 9th at the last event. It went 16th, 12th, 9th, and now they're 1-1. So still one more game to go tomorrow. Houston Heat. Yeah, and then now Heat. This is a good win for them. Well, it's not over yet. There's 6 minutes and 16 seconds left in this one, but they're 1 point away from mercy ruling Pilsen. So we'll see here. If they can get this one, they will also take the victory.
Yeah.
But there still is enough time to mount a comeback.
Pilsen has to pull an impact. I don't really see that happening.
Tauntaun?
Well, it was...
Or an impact, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Going back to Barcelona, right? As both teams are up there at the wall. Moorhead makes a fill over. Pops the top. Look for Mishka to launch. Does he get a shot? Takes out the wall player, stays alive, shoots the insert snake, shoots the can, shoots the guy falling into the back center, and is going to shoot the last guy.
Is that a 4-pack?
At least, yeah, 4, because the guy at the wall got shot out by Chad George or someone on the snake side. So Mishka's shooting the last 4 bodies. Technically, he shot the guy at the wall in the back, but he was already eliminated.
Beautiful work by Mishka, the OG Russian killer, the very first one.
OG, triple OG.
Yeah, he straight up. He was the first guy that came out of that country and launched himself onto the pro paintball scene, and all the American pros were like, "Who is this kid?"
There's that leopard print.
Real good. That was, pre-Fedorov, pre-Malloy, pre-Sergey. And there it is, victory here for Houston Heat. So Heat goes 1-1.
Yeah, they're all 1-1.
Yeah, everyone's 1-1. Pilsen's 1-1. Drummond Solid is 1-1, and the ML Kings are 1-1. So getting pretty interesting here. So thank you guys so much for joining us. We have 2 more sets here in the CPL division before we get into the under-19s World Cup for the younger players. We've already had the females, the old men, and then you pros.
Yeah.
So you got the chance to play on the winning team from the States, but it's been pretty interesting so far. And so we have the last one coming at you starting this afternoon. But still, coming up next, Tauntaun's going to be taking on Firm, and coming at you, taking on London Nexus. Stick with us.